In this video, we're going to talk about the most common mistakes that people make when buying real estate. Welcome back to another episode of Gulf Coast Investing, where we talk about all things investing right here on the Gulf Coast. My name is Casey, and I would love if you would like this video and consider subscribing to this channel for more great content just like this one. So let's get into the video. So today I wanted to talk about the most common mistakes that people make buying real estate. So again, this could be anybody from your first time buying real estate to your 10th time. People always get excited, get ahead of themselves. They see the money, they see the deal. So just wanted to, make this video, talk about some things to make sure that you watch out for when you're buying real estate, when you're buying investment real estate specifically. So the first one is that you underestimate the repair cost and the time that it's going to take to do the deal. So again, it's a lot of times with flipping, a lot of times even with buying and holding, things like that. So specifically on a flip, a lot of people underestimate how long a repair is actually going to take. So especially this day and age with supply chain issues and things like that, prepare for double the time you think. If you think it may take 2 months, well, just budget for 6 months, because things are going to get lost. There's going to be deliveries. We just had to get a new washing machine, and some of those were a month out just getting a washing machine. So appliances, windows, cabinets, all those things, everything's a little backed up. So make sure when you're looking at the repair time to do a flip, labor shortages, all those kind of things, take those things into consideration. And with time is also cost. So, everybody, when you're going around looking at property, think, oh, I can fix that. That's $1,000. I can fix it. And all of a sudden it ends up being $3,000 because they run into extra issues. Again, labor and all that, you end up paying more than you think. Things just take more time. They cost more money. So make sure that you really look at the cost and at the time that it's going to take to do that real estate, so you can save money and prepare to not spread yourself too thin. So the second thing is overpaying for the property. So luckily we're we've had a softening in the market. In the past 2-3 years when prices have just exploded. Literally, we've had people, buyers, sellers, all that, specifically buyers that have just spent whatever it takes. I'll pay whatever. I'll pay $10,000 over the best offer that you have. I won't do an inspection. I won't do an appraisal. And they end up paying way more than it's worth, but really more than they can afford. And they're going to have to hold on to it for 10 years, to make their money back, especially on flips. There are, many options and many things and deals out there where you can find a flip. If you get in a bidding war for 10 other people and you end up paying $100,000 more than you thought or hoped, well, that's your entire budget. You may be losing money at that point. So, again, it kind of goes with overestimating the cost and the repair time and things like that. Overpaying for the price. Overpaying the price for the unit itself is something that you want to, watch out for and prepare for. Third thing is underestimating holding costs. So again, when you buy a property, even if you're paying cash, but most likely you're not paying cash, you're financing it, or you have, a hard money lender, they're going to charge you a % to hold your loan. So you're borrowing that money. It's going to cost you every month. You're going to have to pay insurance. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay, again, your holding costs on interest rates for that property. So a lot of people, they look at it, and again, it all ties in together. It goes back with underestimating the time it takes. If your holding cost is $2,000 per month because you're having to pay for the utilities, the power, which are going to go way up if you have contractors and things like that in the unit. So they look at holding costs. If it's going to cost you $2,000 a month, all of a sudden, if it costs you, if it's 2 months delayed, well, that's $4,000 out of your budget that you weren't accounting for. That just went away just like that. So not only is your repair cost higher and your labor cost higher and your time higher, but now your holding cost is also higher. So it's very easily, a very quick way how you can lose that money or lose out, cut into your profits. So just make sure that you're on the lookout for that. So the fourth thing that you want to look out for is overpricing the flip. So Especially this day and age, this is something where you want to be careful for. I know a lot of people were running into this issue, especially like middle of the year, middle of summer last year, where they bought it when the market was getting really hot, prices were shooting up. Well, all of a sudden it takes 4, 5, 6 months to do the renovation. And in that time period, prices started to level off and even dip some. So, when they went to price the flip, they priced it at what they hoped they would have gotten 6 months earlier, but prices have leveled off, prices have dropped in some areas. So that's something you want to watch out for when you're getting ready to price the flip. What is it going to look like after you do all your work? If it's going to take 6 months to complete the renovation, be careful, budget in not being able to get the max sales price that you're hoping for, because you don't know what the market's going to do in 6 months. Even more so if it's a major flip, major renovations and permits and building, house expansions and things like that may take, over 6 months, a year plus. You don't know what market that you're going to be selling in. So again, the market may take back off and you may get way more than you thought, or it may be less than you thought. So make sure when you're looking at pricing the flip, have your room in there to know, hey, I may have to come down a little bit to get it sold, to get it off the books. So the fifth thing is having the wrong team in place. So we've talked about team for the past couple of weeks. So all goes, it all ties into each other. If you don't have the right team in place, if you don't have your contractors ready, for every single trade that you need, if you don't have your mortgage lined up and your finances lined up and all that, that can kill a deal. That can kill your budget, kill your flip quicker than anything. We have so many people, even down here on the coast, where we're still doing repairs from a hurricane that hit almost 2.5 years ago now. So labor is shortage. We have labor shortage. The contractors and all that. They get paid a lot more money to go to the beachfront properties. So they're going to be looking at those big buildings. So you may have some contractors that turn over. We know one that they were hoping to have a duplex on the beach wrapped up about this time last year, and they're still probably 4, 5, 6 months away from getting it finished. And they're on their about fourth contractor. So having that team in place, knowing that you have a team that can get you to the finish line, can literally be, everything in making or breaking the deal. That could be the difference in being profitable and losing money, is making sure that team in place. So the sixth and final thing is not taking enough at-bats. So when I say at-bats, that means offers. So if you really want to get into real estate investing, if that's wholesaling, if that's flipping, whatever you're doing, you have to make a lot of offers. You see some of the bigger guys out on YouTube, and they're literally making 100 offers a day. They're just sending out offers, and even if one of them sticks at a great deal, at a great price that they want, then that's a win for them. So the old saying, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You want to take as many at-bats, as many shots, make as many offers as you can. And again, it's a numbers game. The more offers you make, the higher probability of you getting a deal, under contract. And then also with that is having a good follow-up system. So, you hear all the time. We're looking at a deal on our property management side of things, and it's been an 18-month process. And you know what? It may die out for a little bit, but then they may come back and say, you know what? After thinking, my circumstances have changed. Maybe we do want to work with y'all to list our property and put it up for rent. So make sure you have a good follow-up system for deals, 6 months later, even a year later. Offers that didn't work out then, well, people's situations change, especially this day and age, financially and, all that kind of stuff. So not only do you want to make enough, make a bunch of at-bats, make a bunch of shots, take a bunch of shots, make a bunch of offers, but also follow up with those offers, 6 months, a year later, and say, hey, what can we do? Let's see if we can work something out. The more shots you take, the more offers you make, the better chance at getting better deals, getting better properties. And then that all goes, ties back into number one, which will keep your schedule on track. It'll keep your repair costs and your time and all that on track, because then you can pick and choose. Hey, I sent out 100 offers. Today I got 5 accepted, but I can only work 2. Well, now I can work the best 2 offers that I know are going to fit my budget, are going to fit my time, are going to fit, the workforce labor, and you can pick and choose the more offers you make. So that's it for this week. Hope you'll have a great week, and we'll see y'all next week.